Children, are you able to hear me? Good afternoon. Welcome to English live stream of today.
समझ में आ रहा है इसका.
Can you hear me, children? Yes. So our camera has some problem. So I hope you can hear me, and we will be managing this class. Okay. So when you can hear me, yes, you are able to hear me. Can you see me? Lavanya Borguda, can you see me? No. Okay. Saraswati, okay. So if you can hear me, we will continue with this particular stream or particular today's class like this itself orally. Okay. So today we are going to start. Today we are going to start the lesson, grammar lesson, lesson 20. Okay. Lesson 20 of grammar we are going to start. It is all about Proverbs. Okay, it's all about Proverbs. It's a new topic for you. So, yeah, we can hear, but we can't see you. Okay, thank you for your reply. Students, today you just listen me. Even if you see me, I can show you something more than that. So listen the explanation, and we will be carrying taking the class like this. Okay. So it's all about Proverbs, and today I will be posting a video of this particular lesson in the class group. Okay. So in the class group video, you can see all about this particular lesson. Now you listen. Okay. So what are Proverbs? When we studied about nouns, we discussed what are nouns. And in the same way, when we studied about verbs, we have discussed what are verbs. In the same way, now we should understand what are proverbs. So proverbs are clever saying which has a moral or a message which we use in our daily life. That means these particular proverbs are told so many years back. Okay. People started telling it from years and years of back, thousands of years back, and it has a strong message to the people. Okay, this particular means our proverbs have some message to give to us, and we use it in our daily life. So this type of small sentences which has a strong message to convey and which has a meaning other than that of the verbal meaning of the words used in it are called proverbs. For example, better late than never. Better late than never. Or else the most common means proverb which we used and you may be knowing are a friend in need is a friend indeed. A friend in need is a friend indeed. You might have heard this, right? So what is the meaning of a friend in need is a friend indeed? इसकी मतलब यह है कि द असली दोस्त वो है जो जब हमें काम करता है, हम मुसीबत में हैं, तभी हमें जो मदद करता है, he is the real friend. The friend who helps us when we are in trouble is the real friend. That is the meaning of the proverb. A friend in need is a friend indeed. You might have heard this, right? So this type of sayings which people were telling from years back, which has a meaning to convey to us, are called the proverbs. Children, I know that you can't see me, okay? Because today the camera has some problem, but you can hear me. I told you listen the class which I am taking, and I am going to send a video of this lesson. in your class WhatsApp group today itself, so you can see and understand from that. Okay, and based on these proverbs, I will be giving you an exercise also, right? The other saying is, a stitch in time saves nine. Another proverb is, a stitch in time saves nine. That means, if we do the work which we have to do today itself, if we complete it today before sleeping, then we can save a lot of time tomorrow. If you keep today's work for tomorrow, then you have to do tomorrow's work as well as today the work which you have kept postponed for tomorrow, that also has to be completed tomorrow. So tomorrow you will have an uncomfortable situation where you have to do a lot of works and you are sleeping, means the time to go to the bed may be extended, means 10 o'clock you used to sleep, but because works are in pending you may sleep at 12 o'clock. So a stitch in time or a stitch in time saves nine means अभी का काम अभी करना है, ठीक है? If you do like that, you can save a lot of time and your energy later on. Okay? So, इसका verbal meaning, we are not taking the verbal meaning of the word a stitch in time saves nine. We are not taking the verbal meaning. It has another meaning, means inner meaning than that of the verbal meaning. It's a wise saying. When you see children, suppose one boy is playing today, his exam, tomorrow his exam is there, today he is playing only. So the parent may say that, beta, have you completed your revision? No, mama. Then when are you going to complete? I will study at 10 o'clock. So the mother says that a stitching time saves 9. That means if you sit and study right now, you will be able to save your time. That means if the child is not completing the revision and simply playing, then at 10 o'clock he may be tired, he has to sleep, and next day early morning he has to get up and study, and he has to attend the exam with the fear. Right? So a stitch in time saves 9 means you have to do the work which you have to do right now itself. Okay, that is the meaning of the word. Okay. So next thing is that, Proverbs usually have a moral or a message. That is correct. And it is a wise, we consider it as clever sayings, wise sayings, which has a lot of things to tell to us. And people are speaking it from far beyond, and now also they are speaking and we are using it in our daily life. And another example is, cut your coat according to your cloth. Cut your coat according to your cloth. What is the meaning of that? We should be prepared for the things. Cut your coat according to your cloth means you have to spend according to your capacity only. Don't take the verbal meaning of the proverb, cut your coat according to your cloth. Cut your coat according to cloth means verbal meaning अगर लेते हैं, if you take the verbal meaning, if you have very little cloth and if you are cutting a big coat out of that, the cloth won't be sufficient for you to make the coat, right? So in the same way, you have to spend or you have to plan according to the capacity of your purse. Means how much money do you have with you? Accordingly, you have to plan your एक्सपेंसेस. खर्चा करना अपने हाथ में जितना पैसा है वो समझ के. Understand? Otherwise you will be in great trouble. That is the meaning of this particular meaning. Yes, we have to spend what we have. अपने पास जो है उतना का ही खर्चा करना है. Understand? Otherwise you have to borrow from others, then you have to pay that, you will have a lot of trouble. That is the meaning in this such a short proverb which says this particular thing to us. Next proverb is another proverb which is, too many cooks spoil the broth. Too many cooks spoil the broth. What is the meaning? Verbal meaning if we take, if so many cooks, experts, if they start making one dish together, one will say, put little more sugar. Other will say put little more water. The next one will say put little more salt. So all together when they make, even though they all are experts, if they make a dish together, all of them together with their own suggestions, they make one dish, it will not be good at all. Right? That is the meaning of too many cooks spoil the broth, verbal meaning. But you know that we are not taking the verbal meaning of this particular proverbs. We have to find the inner meaning. What is the inner meaning is, if too many people are doing a thing together, it will not end in success. Okay, or they may not be able to complete it properly. That is the meaning of this particular proverb. Too many cooks spoil the broth. If too many people are helping with a task, the job will not be done well. The job cannot be completed properly. That is the meaning of that particular word. For example, you might have experienced it. When too many children are sitting with a simple project in the class, if the teacher allots 12 students for one project, you know that all the 12 together will make it in such an ugly way. One will say, "Arey yaar, put thumb printing." Next one will say, "No, we have to do collage." And third one will say, "No, I have nice ticklies, I will put this one." And all will have different ideas. That's why your teachers are allotting maximum only 4 to 5 students for the projects. So that you will make one, you will divide your work for 3 to 4 children or 5 children and do it on time very beautifully. Right? So children, this is what is the inner meaning of this particular proverb, which is too many cooks spoil the broth. Next one is home is where heart is. Home is where the heart is. You know, wherever we go, we may be going to America, we may go to Switzerland, wherever it may be. At last, we wanted to come back to our home only. When we come back to home and open the door of our room, we feel relaxed. We take very good sleep at our own bed. That means we will be feeling more comfortable in our house only, even though we go anywhere around the world. That is the meaning of this particular proverb. Home is where the heart is. Okay, that means your own home is the most comfortable place to be. Okay, so children, there are so many proverbs given in your textbook, page number 53. You just watch and read this particular lesson from page number 53. Lesson number is lesson 20. In your grammar book, name of the lesson is Proverbs and Idioms. Okay. So, you should read this particular lesson and page number 53. Read the meanings of all the proverbs what is written. And it's a match the following exercise. You need to complete it. Okay. As I told you, because you cannot see me right now, because the camera has some problem, I will be posting this particular lesson video in your WhatsApp group. Okay. So watch this video so that you will be able to understand more in detail of this lesson, and you will be getting a lot of extra beautiful proverbs from that particular video. Okay, children. So now again we will be discussing mighty oaks grow from little acorns. Mighty oaks. Oak is such a big tree, very tall and broad tree, and it grows from a small acorn. Acorn means it's the nut of this particular oak tree. Oak tree has a fruit, it's a nut. It is called acorns. You might have seen in the cartoon that acorn is there and the zimba is running at the back of that, right? That is called acorn. So, acorn is very small. This mighty means very tall and broad oak tree grow from this such a small seed. It means, this proverb means that great things start from a small beginning. For example, Indian freedom struggle, right? It started slowly. From small incidents it started, and many leaders gave leadership, and at last Gandhiji took the leadership of Indian freedom struggle, and the great end was India became free, right? So great things start from small beginnings. No great things comes in one day itself. Okay, so that is the meaning of this particular proverb. Mighty oaks grow from little acorns. That means great and successful and grand things start with the very small things. Okay, and another proverb is, don't count your chickens before they are hatched. Okay, don't count your chickens before they are hatched. That means before something happens, you should not expect too much from that. Otherwise, you should not be too confident about your ability. Don't count the chickens before they are hatched means, verbal meaning if you take, if I kept 10 eggs for hatching and I start counting, I will get 10 chicken, I will get 10 chicks, I will get 10 chicks. But in fact, when it gets hatched, maybe 2 or 3 eggs gets spoiled, maybe 1 chick dies, I may be getting 6 chicks. Understand? That means if we expect something more before it happens or take place, then we may be disappointed by seeing the result. That is the meaning. You should not be too confident after you participate in a particular event. You are expecting only first prize. I will get first prize. You may not be there in the prize list at all. Okay, so that is the meaning of this particular proverb. Don't count your chickens before they are hatched. Means you should not expect something before it happens. Okay, so children, read this particular lesson, and solve the exercise which I am giving, and also browse, click the link and see the video which I am sending in your class WhatsApp group. Okay.